Okay, hey, welcome back. Here we are at the ModelOff Finals in New York City. This is 2013. I'm here with one of the finalists, Vlad Smirnov. Vlad, where are you from?
From Moscow, Russia.
Moscow, Russia. All right, what do you do in Moscow?
I am a financial analyst at TCS Bank.
At a bank. Okay, great. What's your trick for us today?
I'll show you how to show items with no data in pivot table.
All right. So what do you have there? You have...
Okay, we have here vintage of loans. Each month it's risk status and balance. In order to calculate the provisions for these loans, we need to multiply balances by each probabilities of default. And as you see, these probabilities of default exist for each month and for each risk status. But not for each month there exists each risk status.
Oh, okay. All right, great.
So we'll do it through the pivot table. We'll insert pivot table to this sheet.
Good.
Okay. Now we have vintage and risk status in row labels and month in column labels. Balance with some values. So we see that for January we have three risk statuses 0, 1, 2, and 3, and we see how the credit evolves through the month. But for example, for April we have just 0 risk status, but we need it to multiply, and we need to multiply by each probability. So we go to field settings and then layout and print, and then show items with no data. So now we have each risk status for each month. Okay, so we need to calculate provisions for each month. And for example, January provisions for month February are, it's sum product of this credit balance multiplied by its probabilities of default. There are only 3 risk statuses there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So,
good. So that works. So if there was a risk status missing, then that formula doesn't work, and you can't copy the formula anywhere.
Yeah.
I got you. That's really cool. Now, one thing I noticed when you type that formula, you initially want to put it in a semicolon, but here you have to use a comma. That's an issue with some international versions of Excel. Instead of commas, you use semicolons.
For example, in Russia I use semicolon, and I also use point, a dot for decimal points. So it's up to regional settings.
Yeah. Okay. So now tomorrow for the ModelOff Finals, will you be using your own laptop that has the otherwise you'd be at a disadvantage having to switch over?
Yeah, sure.
I appreciate you translating here on the podcast using my podcast laptop. All right, Vlad. Well, hey, welcome to New York, and I hope you do great at the ModelOff Finals. Thanks for that great tip, how to show items with no data.
Thank you, Bill.
All right.